Hello, gang. We're here to try a demo to a new game I found while just browsing stuff. I'm evil for some reason, don't worry about it. Don't worry about my evil ways. I'm de-eviling myself a little bit, don't worry about it. Sorry. De-evil. I had to cough out the evil. Beans, true. It's like the guy from space, Mister. Yeah, today we're checking out filling things with beans. Don't do that to him. He doesn't like those. He's not a bean man. Today we're checking out a little game called Spill the Beans. Hi, Big Del. Hello, Doing Long. Is that right? Spill them beans. True. Today we're playing a little game. What is described as a reverse detective game, which is a really fun concept. Like you do a crime and you have to pin it on someone else, which is actually something I'm surprised I haven't seen more games do, right? Because usually you're the one solving the mystery. Here you're creating the mystery and making sure you don't get caught, which is a really interesting concept. This currently has a Kickstarter up. This game, that's why the demo's here, right? It's to promote the Kickstarter a little bit. I'm gonna throw that in chat. If at any point you're like, yo, this game's kind of cool and I got some money to throw at these devs, there you go. I'm probably gonna upload this VOD I don't know, tomorrow or something, and then throw it in there as well. But regardless, I'm gonna pin that message actually. There we go. Unpin after end the stream. There we go. So, plan for today, we just check out this demo and we just see how it be. How's it going? So, let me mute that. Get the game up. And there we go. He has beans now, your son. Get your own son. That's mine. That's my son. You can't just steal my son. We don't want heavy rain too. Alright, so new game, load game settings, and quit. Alright, let's hop into it. You've done it. Against all odds, you've managed to pull off the heist. Your shaking, outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe. As its power pulses through your body, your heart aches. Your breath flutters. Mere echoes of what was taken from you, what will soon be yours again. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in this cafe. The ones you're about to drag into a complicated criminal mess. You can only blame the scroll's influence for such inconvenient sympathies. They were in your position. They'd do the same, wouldn't they? They'd know that, after everything you've been through, this is the only option left. People say Artifice Country is the most magical place there is. Yes, Artifice, where 100 years ago the world of spirits cracked the earth and spilled over into ours. Look at this! This shit's got style. But now those spirits work 9 to 5s. Arcane power fuels cards and charges phones. This county, once the cradle of magic, has become as mundane as any other. I like this so far. This is chill. And as an unmagical human like yourself, among shape-shifting sirens, carbon fiber constructs, and wizards, you're exceptional. Exceptionally dull. Exceptionally underestimated. Can I hide the... yeah. Look at that guy on the right. Look at this cat. Grocery list. Teleportable. Blackout blanket. Curse be gone. Alright. No matter how much you tried to fit in, to love this place and all its wonders, it never reciprocated. All it did was take. All it left you with was emptiness. So why not take something back? Steal everything the county denied from you. Fill that gnawing emptiness, then leave it behind forever. Luckily, you know what you need and exactly where to find it. The Familiar, a downtown cafe, noteworthy only for its secret recipe. Locked tight in a back room, and conveniently enough, they're hiring! So desperately that they aren't asking for experience or background checks. All that's left is to put together an application. Not that anything you say on it really matters, it rarely does. Alright. Oh, we got some hairstyles. I like this one. Make it green. Can we not go green? I guess we're like a human person. This is kind of, it's kind of giving Low and Fire Emblem actually when I do it like this. Let's go he, him, they, them. You can do multiple. That's cool. They sure are a mystery. Okay, yeah, it just uses it randomly. That's actually kind of cool. Soft skills. Good listener, great communicator, competent leader, adequate advisor, passable confidant, novice compromiser. I would say I am a good listener. I am an excellent organizer. Well, hang on. Is this different? Yeah, possible sidekick, probable minion. Master problem solver, grandmaster problem solver, god of the elocutionary arts, mind-boggling understander, surprisingly okay snack fetcher, please. Team player, I have to do please. Education, University of Artifice, County, something. Experience, Emodynamics, 6 months. Oh, custom, you can do custom pronouns. Oh wow, look at that. That's crazy. I am a cerebral, loquacious, erstwhile. I would say I am industrious. Worker, learner, individual, professional, artisan, genius. Well, I am, as they say, something of an intellectual who loves a job well done, coffee, doing the work, social interaction, money, arcane power, justice, long walks on the beach, destroying my enemies, myself. It's an intellectual. You're so right. Alright. Cool. Oh, I'm missing the name. Oh. Sidani Nokos. We'll go a little greener. There we go. I also saw the 69-420 up here. A few days later, you're face to face with the familiar. While its neighbors are all dust and drywall, its facade seems unbroken, even if the varnish is peeling at the edges. For a moment, nothing. Then you spot a silhouette in the window, who flicks its neon sign to open before waving you over. You cross the street, repeating the details of your plan. You need to get in, get out for the smoothest possible getaway. Let me move myself a little bit. Try to find someone else to take the blame. Can you really do all those things without running into any complications? I know, that's what we're here to find out, aren't we? You've already reached the front door. You can hardly turn back now. The cafe laid bare before you is almost indistinguishable from the scanned images you found online. Mushrooms. Yo, you could be here. I assume that's a Kickstarter thing. I assume like, oh, if you don't donate a certain amount, they put you there. That's cute. Mismatched chairs and royalty-free wall art. Well kept, but worn down. You don't get long to take it all in. A construct towering over 2 meters tall stops wiping down the counter and turns to greet you. Oh, you must be Sidani. Great to finally meet you. Sorry, terribly rude of me to not meet you at the door. As she strides over, you notice how old her vessel must be to have no custom limbs or decals. Just worn grain stone, flowering moss, and a tiny bluebird nested on her shoulder. For $10,000, your Vandrel can be added to Beanstalk. That's true. Beans. That's also true, Kamaida. I'm Sloan from the emails. Lovely to have you on board. Did you get here alright? I saw your address was uptown and I know we're a wee bit out of the way. Before I get a chance to reply, she's already yanked you into a crushing two-handed shake. For a moment you worried that she might have pulled your arm from its socket. Actually, I shouldn't get chatting just yet. Today's schedule is pretty packed. What with your induction, and I barely found time to fix breakfast for Adam. Oh, hang on. This is Adam. Adam, say hello to Sidani. He's your new co-worker, so be polite. Adam's usually my only company out front, so it'll be nice to have you too. I mean, I love this job, I really do, but after 6 years of working the floor by myself, starting at 5 every day... Not that you have to come in that early of course, we're only meant to start at 8, but it pays off, it does. As Sloane trails off, you have a chance to put your plan in motion. You've spent a long time figuring out other people's so-called feelings, and just how easy they are to manipulate. If someone's in a good mood, they'll probably think better of you and suspect you less. Then again, if you make someone upset, they might make for an easier scapegoat under pressure. Ooh, I like that. I can save, right? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna save here. Look at this, this is clean! Look at that transition. So what's best for Sloane? Better make that first impression count. Donnie, oh, I've worried you with that 5 AM thing, haven't I? I want to stress that you don't have to do that, honest. It depends, are you paid for those extra hours? Decrease Sloane's mood to make her more prone to breaking under pressure. Make people do what you want in a zombie apocalypse. I'm not familiar with that game. Make her a more amenable ally. I think having my boss on my side is a pretty good idea. Those extra hours must be worth it. This place is spotless. Aw, that's sweet of you. I try to bring the best out of the old familiar. Good to know other people actually notice. The lights flicker overhead before Sloane can finish her sentence. I really like Sloane's design. I'm always a big fan of, like, big motherfucker with, like, a little guy, you know? And she's got a little guy. Oh, sorry, I thought that was fixed. Should call the Electromancer once I get a free moment. Anyway, packed schedule. I've got pastries in the oven, then a delivery after. Come on, let's get you a uniform. If we're quick, I can show you how our recipe works before any customers arrive. Sloane strides through the doorway behind the counter, beckoning you into the kitchen beyond. It takes 3 steps to match just one of hers. The kitchen, built from cool metal in right angles, is warm with the smell of apricots. You breathe it in while Sloane roots through a nearby cabinet before suddenly sighing. I'll say this now, sorry about the fit. She hands you an apron like her own, exactly like her own actually, and that is far too big for you. It's bound to slow you down and make you look utterly ridiculous. Your one should be here tomorrow. I hope this is alright in the meantime. Sure, if anything it's amusing. Take the apron. You're here to play the part, aren't you? You're liable to trip over that thing. Oh wow, that's giving us some choices. Great, how are you gonna steal the recipe while wearing this? Thanks a million, Sidani. Glad you're seeing an upside. Here's your name tag, too. As you wrap yourself in the oversized apron and pin on your name tag, Sloane smiles. It's a small, sad smile that weighs down her whole face. Look, I'm sure not everything you've heard about this place has been grand, but once you put in a little elbow grease, she really shines. And I've got a lot of elbow grease. Scheming through the zombie apocalypse. Oh wow, I've never heard of that before. Let me write that down. I'll take a look at that after stream. Alright. I just wanted to say that you wouldn't be here if I didn't think you had the same drive. Your application told me that much. It did say please though, didn't it? I knew that was a mistake, so I ignored it. Do change that in the next draft, please. But at the end of the day, those are just words. Your experience was what really settled it. I mean, it must have been quite a privilege to work for... Sloane is cut short by a buzz from her phone. It was like Emonomics or something, right? I don't know what that is. Oh, pastries. Why don't you pop into the office while I grab those? Fred, your manager, I should say, ought to be ready. A big gray door on the right. Best of luck. I like that animation. Let's look at that again. Look at that. She's heading like left, and then it's like, oh, by the way, I'm poking back out again. That's cute. I like that. Take 5, no 6 steps towards the office. A hiss of heat escaping the oven behind you. Beyond lies Fred, the owner. The one from the newspaper, the one whose recipe you're here for. You wheeze the door open, but no one greets you. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the colossal metal safe that occupies a quarter of the room, just a few steps away. You knew the recipe was protected, but not like this. The safe looks like it was taken from this set of a heist movie. You'd be locking up gold bars instead of, what, a recipe for coffee? As you run a hand across its surface, wondering just how you're going to crack it open, there's a rustle nearby. You snap upright with a bolt of unbidden adrenaline. Yo! Like a dragon emerging from its hoard, a tiny gold-eyed tuxedo cat rouses from a pet bed on top of the safe. He blinks stickily, and suddenly glares at you, Ferdinand, the eyes aglow. Don't touch my shit! He spits the words at you like darts, light crackling through his panicked eyes. The air in the room starts getting heavier, as if brewing into a thundercloud. Who sent you? If you think you're gonna bless me in my own domain, then wait, you're higher, aren't you? Quick as a power cut, the light in his eyes blinks out, and the pressure lifts with it. The cat sighs, leaping smoothly from the safe to the desk. Sorry, that was unprofessional of me. I'm Fred. Welcome to the Familiar. Good to have you on board. Well, given the terrifying magic and the talking, he's not a cat. He's a demon bound to the form of a beast. Familiar, in other words. That's the last time I'm pulling an all-nighter on admin. You're lucky to still be young, human. Because after the 1st century, things get, Sloan wanted you onboarded, right? We have one main rule. Do everything you can to show the economist types this place isn't a bad idea. More than fire safety drills, we need drive and spite. So that's what I expect from you. Are we clear? Did you even expect do you expect I'd even be here today? Oh no, we gotta chill with we gotta be chill with our coworkers, right? Gotta be able to pin it on a customer. That's what I like to hear. As long as we're all on the same page, you and I will get on just fine. We aren't a happy little family here, we're just hard workers. This isn't gonna work if you aren't prepared to work just as hard as me and Sloan. As if on cue, Sloan enters the office, a kettle of boiling water in one hand and a packet of coffee in the other. She starts mixing the two in a mug on Fred's desk. Morning, Fred. Everything alright in here? Thought I heard a bit of shouting. Oh no, it's all fine. I've just been giving, Fred quickly squints at your name tag. Giving Sidani the lowdown on the Familiar. Our history, what we do, all the good stuff. Sloan gazed at Fred, tracing the tiredness in his eyes. Her smile dims a little. Oh, that's nice. I can join you now if you'd like. We can go over the finer details together. If you've got time, by all means. I really like... This game has a lot of personality so far, I gotta say. I really fuck with this. Fred's eyes... with fair movements, Sloan puts the kettle down and closes the door behind her. Fred's eyes lock onto your name tag again as he reads it under his breath. So, Sidani, let's get down to business. 2 to 3 times. And also serve coffee. That's the other thing we do here. We're open 8 to 5 on most days, but your shift goes 30 minutes longer at the end of the closing. Anything after that is overtime. I can give you the forms. Aprons go on the hooks in the kitchen. If anything gets spilled on it, don't be afraid to excuse yourself and replace it as soon as you can. You don't call him the Hun anymore, Cat. I was referencing Mulan. Is that... Okay, wait, Did I have another Sidani moment? Is that not a word you could... I feel like that one's not... Now I feel like I'm being gaslit. Mercenary band opens a coffee shop that for supplementary income and to spread awareness of their name is a decent premise. It is actually. Now, this is me. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I had to check. Oh, and if you are going to excuse yourself. And on it goes. Sloan and Fred don't speak to you as two different people, but as two halves of one business. Efficient, organized, and trusting one another as best as they can. That should be most of it. I'll be with you at the counter for your training, so don't hesitate to ask me on any question. And the old UK calling the Germans to Hun back in like the 50s and earlier. I didn't know about that, actually. Just got off again by your phone. Oh, excuse me, Dave! Hey, Sloan, just unloading the van out back. So, there's your heads up. Thanks, Dave. I'll be right there. Oh, I should be off. Need to give my signature for deliveries. Thanks again, Fred. Oh, Sidani, before you join her, I'm sure you've heard about our recipe. John Human over there? Real. Must be dying to learn what makes the Familiar's coffee so irresistible. It's not so much a set of instructions as it is, well, I won't get too arcane with you. It's more of a background thing, like the internet. You use that, right? Point being, even if you don't see it, it'll still be working its magic back here. It's a drill-proof, bomb-proof, 6-gauge safe which only me and Sloan can open. Also, I cursed it. Increase Fred's suspicion of Sloan. Create an opportunity for Fred to act suspiciously in front of others. That's interesting. Okay, you gotta protect what's yours. Probably wise to stay in Fred's good books, but at some point you'll need someone else to take the blame for your crime. Exactly! All our livelihoods depend on that recipe. Safety is our safety, so I protect it the way I'd protect anyone. With half a centimeter of enchanted steel. He looks back at the veritable vault behind him as if checking that it's still there. It's the cocaine, goddammit, Junior was typing that. I was also thinking that same thing. It's like some type of drugs, right? I was like, I'm not sure which one to go with, so I'll leave it, but... This 97-year-old coffee shop still makes Coca-Cola the old way. The classic way. You know, with that shit in it. It's kind of awesome. You can never be too careful with these things, especially in this economy. I mean, wasn't it just last week that Raphael Hendricks wrote off his beauty store chain? It's inspirational how these CEOs act. Or as the wizards call it, ruminating powder, the secret blend of elven herbs and narcotics. Expanding isn't easy. I mean, ideally we'd have an accountant, a consultant, another chef, but we've got you. And you're one hell of a good start. Especially with our regulars. Oh, you'll need him soon enough. You should catch up with Sloan. Anything you need, I'll be back here, going over these papers. As you leave the office, Fred paws a single sheet of paper from the files on his desk. Even upside down, you recognize it as your CV. Wow, look at that, my CV. And a moment after you enter the kitchen, someone waves at you from the back door. The doorway next to Sloan is a uniformed courier, a human, just as unremarkable as you. A precarious stack of cardboard boxes wobbles threateningly behind him. As you leave, Fred starts rolling the paper. Say, you're Sidani, aren't you? Yeah, Sloan was just telling me all about you. All good things, I promise. Mostly good. Dave really is John Human. Yeah, he's Dave Human. Dave gives Sloan a package and gives you a conspirational eyebrow waggle. He pauses to like a long breath inward through his nose. Oh, is that apricot? Oh, did you go for a new recipe? Fred must have taken some convincing. Oh, I'm just trying it out. We'll see how they sell first. Hey, if I come by once I'm off work, that's one customer right there. Guaranteed. Sloan breaks away to put each package in its right place. Dave looks at you, eyes glistening. Hey, Snotty, have a good first day, yeah? Yeah, if you... Should we put it on Dave? Should we put it... I think we'll put it on one of the customers. crazy days moved to who cares? He'll be gone soon anyway. Yeah, a bright start to his day. Let's just be chill. Thanks, I will. You might not be here for it, but if all goes well, today's gonna be good. Yes, spirit. Any more for me, Dave? Just a couple bigger things, but I'll grab those this time. Don't let me interrupt your induction. Are you sure? I could carry. I'll catch you later for that pastry, yeah? Dave walks away whistling, his footsteps gradually going quiet in the alley. Mr. Donnie, I am so sorry about Fred. I know we must have overslept today. That's on me. You notice her hands are balled into fists, one so tight that even the stone starts to buckle. I just wanted your first day to be easy, but... Oh, well, let's get you behind the counter, shall we? There won't be time to take you through all the machines, so let's just fill the drip maker. I keep the house roast down here. She effortlessly pulls open a burlap sack of beans, scooping them into the grinder. As you pulverize them, the aroma of the coffee fills your lungs like a cloud of bitter smoke. Day's been all over the shop, hasn't it? We should get a wee... Oh, she's breathing. Oh, we should get a wee moment to breathe now. Only one customer comes in this early and they don't do Mondays. I'll introduce you tomorrow. Sloane smiles, the stone wrinkling around her eyes, and it dawns on you. This is beginning to feel like a real job. And just as you finish that thought, the front door swings wide open and you find your first customer skips inside. You saw at least 4 shades of pink in their outfit. Pink fingernails, pink sun hat, pink lipstick, backpack. That dress must be bespoke too. Pricey. As they draw close though, you spot pointed fangs in their cherry smile and deep red eyes behind their tinted glasses, a vampire. Okay, what voice do I give you? Good morning, Sloane. Oh, I spoke too soon. Morning, before you ordered. This is Sidani, our new barista. Ah, so you're finally upscaling. You know, I saw some prime real estate going for cheap on Moonbow. Have expansions on your mind? Slow down, we're not taking over the industry just yet. The vampire looks as if they have more to say, words that were bubbling just beneath the surface, but settles on a pout. Sidani, this is... I'm Jesse with an IE. Jesse's eyes swivel to you with abundant curiosity. Your apron is so big. I'm more for tailored fits myself, but I know that baggy looks have been catching on lately. Dress focused on the wearer being separate from their clothes. Oh, it's nothing like that. Just a supply chain issue. What'll it be this time, Jesse? Hot chocolate, please, and I'll have it with, whipped cream, nutmeg, caramel, marshmallows. Wait, what did I say? Marshmallows, then whipped cream, then caramel with the rest. And what if I could get cookies too? I get one of everything. And 2 chocolate chip cookies, please. Sloane's already off to one side, rifling through her arsenal of ingredients. Meanwhile, Jessie brandishes a pink bat-styled mug from their backpack, placing it on the counter as their eyes flick back to you. It says Velf for some reason. Even if Sloane and Fred aren't aiming for moral domination yet, they're still on the front line of their expansion plans. They're investing a lot of trust in you. So tell me, do you feel like a good investment? How far are you willing to go to succeed? It's just a job, really. I'd do anything. Do we want to push the vampire under the bus? How we feeling? The sugar in Jessie is making your teeth hurt. How we feeling? Should she be the they? I think they've just been referred to as they, right? Oh, I can't actually see. Oh, hang on. I think it's just they. Yeah, they're the one. They're the one. We're gonna get them. We're gonna kill them. It's just a job. The vampire peers deep into your eyes, of making out something in the distance. I see, that's all I wanted to know. So, Jesse, what brings you here on this lovely Monday morning? Are you trying out a new schedule? And not have the vampire out for revenge on us? Ah, we'll be fine. Oh no, I'm meeting the board in person after this. I could use the energy boost. Oh, there's a board. Oh. Oh, for your infamous internship. How is your family treating you then? The way to treat everybody. If I could afford it, I'd be here to help the familiar instead. Oh fuck, never mind. They're chill. Wait, no, fuck, they're not evil. We gotta pull it back. Also, that's a good point about not having the vampire out for revenge on us. Never touched on that way. Like, they have connections is the issue, right? They might not be, like, part of it, but they have connections. The vampire peers deep into your eyes, then nods, as if confirming a suspicion they had. Good. But then Fred's just like everyone else. He sees my last name is Hendricks and thinks I'm some sorcerous corporate spy out to suck the proverbial blood from his business. Of course, the Hendricks is rich, powerful, and most troublingly for you, magically talented. Well, good thing we didn't make them an enemy. Jesse looks at you, anticipating your judgment with a flat smile. Fred did say he was looking for a consultant. Tell your father cashing out on a failed business trip inspirational. You're far too fashionable to be a spy. This probably is more vivid than anyone doing espionage would want, but who knows, maybe that's just what a spy would say. Try not to let your family get you down, Jesse. You'll get your chance to prove yourself someday. Well, if all goes according to Gaikaku, that chance should come today. Fingers crossed. What? I don't know what you just said. Don't worry about it. Sloan passes Jesse's now full mug across the counter. By some miracle of physics, it hasn't spilled over yet. Maybe this was a bit ambitious. If I use a cookie to scoop up the cream and let the marshmallows melt, I can finish it in 30 minutes. Thank you, Sloan and Sidani. Jesse swipes their card, then their mug, making a beeline for a booth seat before the payment even goes through. They assemble their workstation in mere seconds, a sheaf of papers, a stack of textbooks, and a predictably pink laptop. The mug stands vigilantly at a safe distance. They're adorable, though they're pretty cute. I like them. Jesse was surprised, but at least they're a nice one. I'm just grateful they didn't come in at the same time as... Before she can finish, the front door swings open and a siren rolls into the room. Hello. I like your design. She's wearing a sleeveless orange turtleneck, a magnolia-covered jacket that's relaxing on her shoulders, and a perfectly photogenic smile. It doesn't quite reach her eyes. I really like this character design. This is actually such a fucking good character. Look at that. I'm actually gonna stick a screenshot of this. I have some people I want to show this to later that would probably really fuck with this design. Original birth-based siren would have been good, but yeah. I mean, I like this. Hello, the familiar. It's a perfect day for my long overdue review. Don't you think? You'll have to forgive me. I came straight here from my morning swim. I must look a mess. Merfolk using a wheelchair to get around on land is also really good and sensible. It's cool, I like it. She's an influencer. She runs one hand through a river of glossy pale hair, parted by an immaculate side cut, and raises a smartphone with the other, flourishing it like a paper fan. Oh, don't worry, Sidani, I'll handle this. Jesse shrinks back, arranging their books into a makeshift wall. It seems to work. The siren glides over towards the counter, not noticing them at all. Now, Sloan, I know you very well, of course, but for the benefit of both me and my adoring fans, who is this? Oh, I didn't know you'd be coming. This is... The siren's already staring at your name tag, trying to preempt Sloan's introduction. So that's Sidani Enchante. I'm Alexandra Argyros. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You don't happen to have a grimoire account, do you, Sidani? I'd love to give you proper credit in my post. Oh, I know this, Sloan says, pulling out a large gun. Fuck. How about a drink first, before anything goes into that internet page of yours? Quite right, Sloan. I'm getting ahead of myself. Could I have... I've got Steve's French pronunciation stuck in my head. You mean the rule scout stolen valor? I'll handle this. Could I have... She clears her throat and straightens her back. A blue sea salt caramel frap with soy milk. Wait, frappe? Is that a frappe? I've only ever heard frap. With soy milk and non-dairy whipped cream on top. Please, a little. I'm making her British. I can't do that. I gotta keep her Jan Am. I can maybe go Canadian actually. So that raspberry chocolate powder you have would be lovely. Thank you so much. Sorry. There we go. That's sorry. Hello. Yeah, there we go. Actually, this is turning a little bit into Wheatley. Fuck no! It's a different type of the UK. It's a different genre. Excuse me. Don't do that to me. Don't do what to you? Wait, what do you mean? Don't do that to me? Oh, I could go French, actually. Oh, that could be good. I should have everything. Let me check the back first. Sidani, could you grab a plastic cup for that? Lids are in the bottom left cupboard. I'm gonna make her French Canadian. Oh, do you have any of those little cookies? She's gone. In the silence, Alexandra's smile slides off her face. She sighs sharply through her nose. Are you alright? I know this whole song and dance can be quite overwhelming if you aren't prepared, but then you don't know who I am anyway, do you? I've heard of you. I've never heard of you, sorry. I can't do this to the influencer. That would make sense. Thanks for getting that out of the way. Sorry. I hope I made a good first impression, for whatever that's worth. Sloan returns, hands full of yet more ingredients. You hand her a cup and she starts filling it up with a dubiously blue syrup. Should I expect your fans to start ordering these frappes in the hundreds? I'm not sure they're on theme anymore. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. The drinks just to showcase how skilled you are at your craft. It's aesthetique. That's what the audience really wants. Actually, it's a little bit German. I'm subbed to your OnlyFans, actually. You've seen the gill pics I've posted recently. Have you ever had your fingers in one of those? It's really uncomfortable, actually. Alexandra plucks the card reader from the counter with a sly smile, passes her phone across it, and hands it back with a wink. There's a 30% tip attached. Oh, look at that! A 30% tip. OnlyFans is good. It is. It's +2. You know better than me about that social media stuff. We have to go for the next customer. I don't want to be mean to this one. This one, I like this one. We have to be mean to the next one, even if they're chill. They could be a single father of 3 that's like struggling to make ends meet. We gotta be like fucked up against someone. Sloan, Sedani, trust me, you've got a wonderful cozy place here. What's not to love? Those donuts, those menus. Alexandra turns around to gesture out the cafe, and her eyes finally land on Jessie. Her voice freezes in her throat. Jess? Oh, God. Oh, hey, wait, is there tea here? I thought this was a coffee shop. Oh no, Jessie. Hey, Alex, I didn't know you were coming today. It was on my page. Perhaps I should have dropped you a message. Sorry. Theo. Oh, God. Sloan puts the finished frappe to one side, pushing past you to tend to the transformed Jessie. Alexandra squeaks a little closer to you. I'm sorry, Sedani, truly. This drama's the last thing I want to bring into this establishment, also, Jessie. Plucks the frappe from the counter. You're not sure about anything that color could taste any better than tolerable. I know when I'm not wanted. I'll just snap a few photos, then be on my merry way. The lighting's not ideal, but I can fix it in post. You forget to dim the lights. The switch is right there. So Jesse really didn't know you were coming, but they seem so organized. I don't know what's going on between you two, but I'm sorry. Thank you. I was buried in messy details, but needless to say, it didn't end well. Not that it was much of an ending to speak of, really. With a final smile, Alexandra takes her drink to the cafe's centermost table, posing it like an art exhibit. Jessie, still a bat, keeps staring at her, but she doesn't look back. With an exhausted puff of smoke, Jessie returns to their original form and slumps into their seat, eyes wandering to the crescent moon bracelet on their wrist. Sloane returns after confirming they're okay. Sorry, I didn't think. Yeah, both of them can be a wee bit complicated. They used to. He's cut off by the sound of a motorbike revving down outside, heralding the arrival of your third customer. Oh, this one's gonna be a dick. They use a fucking. They're driving like a Harley or something. Oh, this one. We can fuck over this one. This is the one we're gonna kill. Oh god. This person is a first, even for you. Someone whose body lacks everything but a skeleton. You don't know any kind of magic that can make that work. Skinless, fleshless, sigilless. Although, yeah, it does have hair, which you're pretty sure isn't that type of bone. A stiff, dark brown pompadour that props up a pair of sunglasses. Least off-model Papyrus AU. You're so right. Grudge? Grudge, hey, how's it going? I feel like I've barely seen you since Archive. Oh, the skeleton! This guy's really special. He reaches the counter untethered. You're waiting for Sloane to address him like the others, but she's just staring, locked in place. So you're the new barista. Good job of making it this far. Makes you one of the best, doesn't it? Ain't just a coffee you brew, it's your resolve. Can we take your order? Yeah, resolve. Well, let me tell you, I know your type, and I know you're up to something. I can feel it in my... I can feel it, Sloane. I would like to order, can't you kindly? Let's put your new barista to test. I'll have a coffee. A black coffee. From the pot. Doesn't have to be, yeah. I think we might, Sloane's eyes bounce between his skull and the coffee pot on the counter. Listen, honey, why don't you handle this one? It'll be good for your training. Seems like she isn't gonna budge. You grab her cup and start pouring. Wait, what's his name? Sidani? Okay, I think I got it. Sidani! So that's to be your name in my nemesis. I'm Grudge! Grudge Knuckles! And you'd best remember it. Even if Frederick gave you this job instead of me, there's bound to be cracks in your meticulous fat shade. Your coffee making halts at this revelation. He had a whole rant prepared. Just because you got this job of an application like that? Grudge Knuckles, yeah. You're making it obvious why I didn't pick you. Oh, fuck this guy. Let's get his ass. Oh, hit me right in my non-existent heart. You're gonna make me a fine nemesis, that's for sure. Much as it pains me. Physically. You present the now full cup to Grudge. He daintily drops in a sugar cube, then stirs the coffee with a bone-like spoon, which he apparently just had loose in one of his pockets. This guy sucks, he rules, yeah. Nice try, Stoney, but I know coffee when I see it, so there's no way this... He puts it to his jaw and takes a delicate sip. The liquid seems to vanish as soon as it enters his mouth. Damn it! It's just like usual! How did he get right so quick? So bitter, yet so energizing! Fine, I'll hand it to you, Sidani. Looks like you're real lucky. It's a decent cup of coffee, but where I'm watching you. Takes the cup and spins dramatically away from the counter. It's then that he finally spots Jesse. Jesse! Grudge! They immediately hug. Oh, it's good to see you! One's pile earlier! He seems almost too easy to put it on, yeah. I was waiting for you to finish. It sounded like you had a lot to get off your chest. Oh, yeah, I heard that. Sorry, it's personal, don't matter. How's your job going? I can't tell you, but I've not got long. Are you sure you don't want something with your coffee? Sloan's made some great cookies today, and I'd be happy to buy. No. Should give my nemesis the satisfaction. You have to walk in the way out conclusively like I just did. Grant, you haven't even paid yet. I admire your candor, but are you sure this is your nemesis and not Fred? Fred's a real villain, that's true, but a nemesis, that's different. Could be personal. You know who Sidani is yet? Maybe start with a rivalry as practice? A rival, eh? Having a lovely time. No, I used lovely last time. I just think that's to say. What if I almost forgot, Alex. How you doing, little girl over there? Oh, glad I didn't see you come in. How have you been? Oh, well, it's fine you're here, actually. It was something I wanted to... I'll just, talk to you later. You too, Jess. You're busy. Sorry, I should pay for this. Gretch sheepishly returns to the counter, hands fishing through his jacket pockets for some loose coins. Look back, got too caught in the whole confrontation to give you your money, even if it's... most of it's going straight into Fred's pockets. I'll say this. I'm practically a coffee detective. And I'm detecting something not about you, so as long as I come here, I'm gonna do my damnedest to figure out what. You think I'm suspicious? Wait till you see what Fred's up to. Or is it just me, or is Alexandra trying to ignore you? You didn't catch me, detective. You think I'm suspicious? Oh, you perhaps scared me into a trap to make for a fit nemesis. But I'll find out what he's doing unscathed. I don't know where he perches on a stool by one of the cafe's front windows. Over his shoulder, Alexander and Jesse swap looks of confused concern. Good job, Sidani. Now would be a good moment to put his purchase into the register. She's halfway through showing you how to work the cash register. You turn to see Fred jump up on the counter next to you. How's it going out here? No need to panic. This is a performance review. Just checking things are. He surveys the regulars in the cafe with no small amount of scorn. Sloan, why don't you come with me for a moment? Been meaning to have a chat. But yes, we still need to... She looks forlornly at the pile of coins Grudge left. Even at a glance, you can tell it covers the price of the drinks and then some. This might be your last chance to sow suspicions before you execute your plan. Better choose wisely. Is Grudge usually like that? Not that I've seen. I mean, I don't know him as well as the other two, but the way he talked, well, it'd be surprising to hear from anyone. As silence returns to the room, so too does your opportunity. You can't help but overhear Fred and Sloane's hushed conversation in the kitchen. I'm just saying, if our best regulars keep bringing their drama here, no one else is gonna want to stay. I'm actually, okay, hang on, the other guys like here. I think with this guy, I might want to go a little bit more like a... I may want to go a little bit more like a here. Like this type of accent. That might be good. Wait, I like this actually. Besides, Sloane leans against the kitchen island, the full weight of this morning's events seeming to suddenly sit on her shoulders. They're good, reliable customers, and sure, things have been tricky, but we've got Sidani now. With a little hard work, we can turn this around. Besides, aren't there enough names on your board of bands already? Let's not add any more, we'll go through a rust patch. She side-eyes a corkboard near the walk-in fridge. There must be at least 24 names on there, each marked with a reason for ban and vindictive felt tip. As she does, you notice Grudge sidling up to the counter, trying suddenly to peer inside the kitchen. I know, you're right. It's just we don't exactly have a recipe for success here, do we? I did want to talk about our recipe, actually, you know, since we've got a new hire, and... I like how I switched their accents. I just had to switch them around. Now I'm chilling. Can we just deal with one thing at a time? First priority is cutting down costs. You know, I noticed the price of algae extract for that blue drink got hiked up, and I figured... Fred's eyes finally land on the still snooping George. The two freeze before Grudge slowly backs away. Why did I say George? What the fuck? Grudge. For Grudge slowly backs away. George. I'm George, the skeleton. I'm the... Wait, is George still alive from the Beatles? Hang on. No, he died in 2001. He died before I was born. George Knuckles is my father. I'm 22 years old. He had me 2 years after his passing. Hey, bastard, gotta go. Whoa, wait, look at that face. Look at that face. 2001, before I was born. Well, he was born in November 2001. He was before. That was before me. He died before I was born. Look at his face here. That's really funny. Oh, bastard, gotta go. Aren't content making trouble for me from afar, huh? Go away. Yeah, I knew he was born before you. Yeah. Who was that? 3 guesses. If that bug wants trouble, I'll give it to him. Wait here, Sloan. What are you doing now, Fred? A sudden knock on the back door stops her from following after Fred. Donnie's like 9. Oh, Dave's back. Let me deal with that first. One thing at a time. As Fred prowls out of the kitchen, Grudge turns to you with a scowl on his skull. God damn it! Did you say that thing earlier just so Fred would shout at me? That's a low blow even for you. And I'll find out what he's really doing soon enough. Fred stalks Grudge like prey as he leaves the kitchen, jumping onto a nearby table and muttering to himself. Irregulars, it's gonna be a long climb from here to anything stable. While Fred's presence draws a little attention, you start rifling through your bag, making sure you can take any opportunity to launch the heist. At Fred's arrival, Jesse looks up from their work and shoots Grudge a quizzical look. Grudge moves over to them, mind clearly just as boggled. What's he doing out here? It looks like he's just, contemplating. What do you should kick me out for good this time? I don't know. In the background, Alexander tries their best to get a clear shot of her drink, but Fred is perched in the way. Freddy, darling, wouldn't you mind scooching a little to the right, would you? Since you didn't consent to any photos, and I'd like to respect that. Alexander, I've got bigger things to worry about than photographs right now. Could you leave me in place for just a moment? And don't call me Freddy ever again. I don't go whore. Bigger things? What bigger things, Fred? We're all you got. Maybe start acting like it. Rats, maybe don't. Not another fight. It's then that Sloan joins you in the main room, dusting her hands clean from Dave's latest packages. Oh, finally, Fred, are you doing alright? Sloan stands still at the side of Grudge and Fred stare down. She gazes into his hollow sockets. Could we just slow down for a moment? Am I not allowed to check out my own cafe without someone accosting me? No. We've got a new hire today, and if this is the impression we're giving them, we'll be doing them a disservice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a new hire to attend to, without any more interruptions. As Fred starts to turn around, you scramble for your bag, knowing you have mere milliseconds to execute your plan. Unfortunate then that you sowed a little chaos in events. Because it's this precise moment when Grudge chooses to fire his parting shot. I know you're hiding something, Fred. Grudge, what the fuck are you talking about? Wait. She vanishes. There's not much but it buys you a precious few seconds. The slum distracts him, but it's enough. You aren't gonna get a better chance than right now. You reach into your bag. I think this is a little bugged. Maybe. In an instant, all the light and sound is sucked from the room. The sounds of panic are quickly quelled by the magic now pulsing from your cozy sleep-tight blackout blanket. Even in the silent darkness, you won't have long before everyone gets a sense of their surroundings. But you've been over this plan too many times to fail now. Having said that, you're still wearing a very large apron, which could be an impediment to said plan. What to do? Keep it on. Deciding there'll be too much hassle to remove, you press on apron. Step 1. Take 3 steps into the kitchen, then 5 and 6 to the right. You paw for the door handle and slip into the office, trying not to trip on your oversized apron. Step 2. 1, 2, 3 steps, and you feel the cool surface of the safe against your fingers. You think Fred is dating Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I don't know. I literally don't know anything about Sabrina the Teenage Witch other than she looks like Rosalind. That's it. That's literally all I know. Step 3. Reach into your bag and give your can of Curse Be Gone a shake. A few sprays on the safe, and the wards are already flaking off. Oh god. There's something else, a sound cutting through the silence, crackling like lightning. Fred's casting a counter spell. You don't have long. Step 4. Spin the wheel and heave the safe door open. Feel around inside until... You've done it. Against all odds, you've managed to pull off the heist. With only a slim window of opportunity, too. Your shaking outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe before stuffing it into the tiny pocket dimension of your teleportable R lunchbox. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in the cafe and who, if anyone, you should try to pin this on. You exhale, but the sound is too clear. Fred's counterspell is taking hold. Even if you put all your weight on the safe door, you wouldn't have time to close it properly. The best you can do is to turn as quickly and quietly as you can. As you take careful steps back to the counter, you try your best to control your breathing. Do not let the exhilaration show. It's been so long. But as you reach the counter, your foot catches the edge of your apron. You trip as the darkness finally dissipates. An unwelcome reminder that you're not safe yet. You've got to find an exit in the ensuing chaos without arousing suspicion, somehow. As the silent darkness lifts from the cafe, the first thing you see is Fred bounding into the kitchen, crashing through the cat flap to the office. Is everyone okay in here? No one's hurt? Flunk catches you just as you regain your balance, saving you from toppling over onto the counter. Oh, Sidani, be careful. The light must be disorientating. Just take a moment. What was that exactly? Blackouts don't usually come with spontaneous hearing loss. It is possible with light and sound enhancements. These glitches can happen when it's they're as dramatic as that. But Jesse, we don't have any enchantments like that. This wasn't planned. Oh, Fred's plot must be even trickier than I thought. Where'd he go anyhow? Before anyone can move, Fred rushes back into the room. Nobody leaves! His eyes crackle gold and chains of light fly across the cafe. Yo, listen to this fucking track! Yo! This is good. This is fucking banging. Front door, the windows, the back door, but no access are spared. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, understand? And if you aren't gonna turn yourself in, I'll just root you out myself. What? I'm sorry, but whatever just happened is your business. I'm not missing my meeting. I'm sure you have a plan, Frederick, but is it really necessary to trap us inside your lovely cafe? If you wanted us to stay, you didn't have to do that. Apologies. Go on. And what are you accusing us of exactly? Sitting perfectly still while your lights went weird? Fred, what's going on? Well, the lights were out. Someone went into my office and somehow opened the safe, which means one of the people in this room has stolen our secret recipe. As if the whole room flinches. Suddenly everyone's looking at everyone else, wide-eyed, searching their faces for the slightest trace of an answer. Sloane looks Grudge over with a furrowed brow, although she seems less suspicious and more just sad. More importantly, however, no one seems to regard you for very long. What that means... No, this is fine. We can deal with it. It's alright. As unfortunate as this is, I do have a meeting to attend, and I'd rather not get caught up in this. Huh. Good luck getting past my magic. I might only be a familiar, but I promise if you try to leave, you'll regret it. Jesse's eyes flicker across Fred's barrier, prying for any weaknesses in the spellcraft. Fred, please, I understand that you're stressed, but it'll be easier to figure this out if you locked in a locked room, won't it? Yeah, and how do you know it's just one thief? What if it's a conspiracy of all of us, getting our revenge? Finally getting our revenge. There we go. We don't have to act like vigilantes, let's just call the police and... Enough! Enough! This place is sealed, and nobody leaves till we find our thief. Thief! Singular grudge! Because if it was any more, you might have actually succeeded. As for the ACPD, slow and fine, I'll call them. I'm betting they'll take your sweet taxpayer-funded time getting here, then label this as unsolvable. Now, I'm not risking everyone breaking a break for it in the meantime. So we're gonna sit here like adults and get our facts straight, understand? Now, did anyone notice anybody acting strange? Anything suspicious at all? Might get this over with faster if you fess up now. The room exchanges uncomfortable glances before someone pipes up. You know what, let's address this now. Would you mind telling us why you were spying on us in the kitchen, Grudge? He was? Oh. Grudge frowns at you before replying. Well, clearly my suspicions were well founded, weren't they? Looked like I overheard nothing important anyhow. Well, great start, everybody. At this rate, we'll have our recipe back within the next 1,000 years. There's no use trusting anyone here, is there? I know how these stories go. You've all got some kind of motive. Jesse, the heir to a powerful family with something to prove. There's always one. I'm not an heir to anything. I'm the youngest of 5. Alexandra, or femme fatale. Though she hasn't killed anyone. Probably. From you, I take that as a compliment. Grudge, the obvious suspect. Too obvious, even. But I'm not ruling anything out yet. So what that makes you a hero detective? You don't even have a plucky sidekick or a head. Sloane, the one you'd least expect. Oh, that's good, I think, but Fred, you can't really be saying that I... Which brings us to our final suspect, Sedani. Your breath can't help but flutter as everyone's eyes suddenly turn on you. The red herring, I mean, it's obvious it wasn't you. You're human, you got no magic, worked hard to get this job, but you're in the clear. A cursory glance around the room tells you that not everyone believes him. So that's why he's gonna find out who really did this. And everyone's gonna be very polite and answer all his questions. I'm gonna make Sadani watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Clarissa can explain it all and force feather. Clarissa explains it all as that thing, the 100-line reference, right? When the roomie's like, elementary, my dear Clarissa, when she says that. What? But my nemesis is the detective, all the more reason to keep an eye on him. Gonna make sure that justice is carried out. In fact, you know me. You don't seriously think I could have done this, do you? And this is, can we all stop shouting for a moment, please? Please? This is a waste of everyone's time. Soon as I can, I'm leaving. Don't try to stop me. I'm here with you, Jess. I'm with you there, Jess, so I won't mind knowing who really hit it. Fred, I know you're panicking right now, but we shouldn't do anything rash. These are our customers. And this is Sidoni's first day. Why would we... Her rising voice is broken by a ringtone. She stops with a flinch, putting the call on speaker. Hey, Dave. I slow got my very last packages out back, but there's these gold chains on the door. They did get stuck. You okay in there? Yes, I'm fine. We're just dealing with a burglary. I'll give you the details in a second at the door. Oh, one of those days,
Is Donnie alright at least?
Oh, good questions. Let's just ask them to interrogate us.
Look, I know it's unorthodox, but we all need that recipe. This is our best option for the cafe. For the cafe, I always know you hate your customers, but this just confirms it. No grudge, just you.
Can we please not fight already? I'm not gonna solve whatever else this is by shouting.
It's getting a little loud, bit loud over the speaker.
Donnie, what do you actually want to do? I'm gonna pay that way, I might as well. So calm down, we're on the same side. I don't know, this is a pretty bad first day. Ooh, that's interesting. Wait, hang on, who did that influence? More Dave, more Sloan. Less everyone else. Interesting. What did the other options do? I paid either way. Fred, Jackie, and not them. Then this is these two. Yeah. You don't think anyone here besides Sloan appreciated the reminder? Exactly. No one thinks that they're not this way. We all agree on that. We can still make it better.
Hey, when I told you to have a voice good day, did I jinx in my bed? Look, are we doing this or not, Sedan?
No matter how strange Fred's idea might be, it could put you in a better position so you can make your getaway. Time to lean on the scapegoat part of your plan. As Fred starts bounding into the kitchen, you shrug and go along with him. Sloan finishes her call with Dave before following with heavy footsteps. Silence takes the space you leave behind. Do you want to talk about any of that?
Just relax for a minute, Sloan. I'm gonna check for clues in my office. Donnie, join me in a minute.
Clues? I didn't hire a detective, but here we are. If there's anything I can do to help, please just ask.
Oh, me too. Not that as much I can offer besides moral support. But you know, thought I'd say, can't leave the deliveries done is all.
Thanks, Dave. I think we could use the support while this gets sorted.
Well, it'll get awkward if I'm just looking in it, won't it? I'll leave you be then. Anything you need, just shout into the alley.
Let's not keep Fred waiting. Maybe you'll be able to reason with him. Calm him down a bit. I think we could use that right now. Dave looks like there should be a character in a Tonka Trucks game. What the fuck is Tonka Trucks? Why do you keep mentioning things I'm unfamiliar with? Tonka Trucks. What are these? Are little toys, little toy trucks. I see it though. I see it. God damn it, Sedan. You are all old. Every single one of you was ancient. Don't. I'm. You're all in your fucking MILF eras, okay? I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You oblige her and empty the office, finding Fred in the middle of a phone call. Asshole.
Yeah, deft. Locked down the whole building. Makes your job a whole lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, lock room scenario is a little. Wait, hang on. I don't know what's this. Hello. Lock room scenario is a little intriguing, I suppose. Person on the phone, you know that voice, thin and sharp as wire, digging through just to be aware. Whatever it isn't urgent.
That's not what I said, N.
Yeah, exactly. Getting picked off one by one. I'll be happy to obey at the earliest convenience, so the department's very busy otherwise. What is all this then?
You'll solve it by yourself, really?
Yes, you expect miracles, which is myrtle. Excuse me, mostly myrtle. Oh, now he's starting to wait a little bit. Self-satisfied laugh crackles through the receiver. It bounces off the back of your skull, ringing like tinnitus.
If you show your face in my business,
I'll say, like you're familiar.
Oh, I expect anything else. I'm dialing all those tiny keys, too. I said here already, but as you probably heard, the ACPD is taking its sweet time. Big surprise. But we don't need him. We'll do the real work. Plan is, you find our prime suspect before the ponies get here and mess everything up. You can do that, right? It's in 1 and 4. Logical deduction.
Red sneaks a not so subtle glance at your CV across the desk.
Should be easy for a industrious genius like yourself. A genius, huh? It's confident, I'll give you that much. But if you talk big, better back it up. And you'll have yourself. It's more important, probably.
Pony's calling it Rainbow Dash as a cop. That's pretty funny.
Well, that's what those soft skills of yours to use. Imagine I'm one of the suspects. What do you ask me?
And you have the recipe. Just confess. Yeah, then you
Just confess! You've tried already, then do my good instincts. We're gonna need more than that.
starts to breathe out as much tension as he can manage.
We need is evidence. Eyewitness accounts, motives, that sort of thing. Stuff like, what were you doing when the lights went out? Or how do you feel about the familiar? Or what's your relationship with Fred, you know?
If that's what he wants, or you're trapped here, then that's exactly what he'll get.
Actually, take this spare notepad. We'll write down anything suspicious you come across. I want no stone left unturned.
Evidence notebook. Alexandra, a siren social media star with a phone fixation. Alright. Uncertain, mood neutral. Smiles at you like she smiled at everyone with one eye on her phone. Doesn't suspect you, but not because he trusts you. Interesting. Self-crowned rival with plenty of bones to pick. Are you his rival or his nemesis? Grudge hasn't decided yet. Oh, this is the suspicion meter. Ooh. Oh, you can flip it. Jesse regards you with a curious and professional courtesy. Cute vampire with a menacing smile and a sweet tooth. Or a fang? I like them. They're pretty cool. Sloane feels duty-bound to look out for her new co-worker. Chef, bird carrier, chronic workaholic, that's your co-worker, Sloane.
If you find us a prime suspect with a convincing case, I mean, something thoroughly investigated, we can put things back to normal. Things are gonna get complicated once he shows up, too. So I'd appreciate having someone on my side when it happens.
I like Jesse, but where's James? I was trying to think of a bit, but I don't have one. Prison, probably, I don't know.
I think that leaves us with, gods until closing time at least, before the police can finally make it to the scene. Fucking pigs.
Your clock will keep track of how long you have until the investigation ends. Most lines of inquiry will cost you time, so use it wisely.
And let's find you a base of operations. I prefer my office, of course, but I need to conduct my own investigation here. Wait about you.
What do you think Grudge is? James fucking died, yeah. James would go, Jesse, I would like my new name to be Grudge. Well, James and I would like to use they, them pronouns. Ooh, how classy of you, Jesse. Still spell it the same? Yeah, yes it is. I can't do a Jesse voice. I'm too fucking... I don't have a fucking vocal range for women. Fred hops off the desk, reluctantly dragging his phone along his unclenched maw. You know what? Duskull is kind of a James-type Pokemon, right? Like I could see there haven't been a bit where like Duskull keeps hugging him and he keeps getting like chills because he's like a skeleton, like a little skeleton orb. What did he have in Gen 3 again? It was Cast Form and something else, right? Not Cast Form. Chimecho. It was James Pokemon. What fucking Pokemon do you have again? He had Chimecho. He had... What else? Cacnea. Cacnea! That's what it was. Carnivine. That was Gen 4. Yeah. I didn't know he had a Morpeko. He had a Amoonguss? What the fuck? I didn't know he had one of those. Fred also hops off the desk, reluctantly dragging his phone along his clenched maw.
Bathrooms, cold storage, not great valve for safety. Oh, what about the counter? You'd be great there anyway. It gives you a great view of the...
Fred's gaze catches the open sign still loaded in the cafe window. He sighs and bounds across the room to correct its message. As he does, he notices his phone left forgotten on the countertop for a few crucial moments. Whose position it falls into is up to you. Ooh, we could plant that on Grudge. You take the phone and stow it under the counter out of sight. How you'll use it, you're not sure, but the opportunity will surely present itself. Posture casual and expression reserved. Your boss doesn't seem to notice anything on the place as he returns to you.
Sorry about that, Sedan. You don't want any prospective customers banging at closed doors. So we've got a whole day of business lost. Thanks to this fiasco and never mind. This should be everything you need for the investigation. Ask questions. Find solid motives. It's simple as hearing. I know how this sounds, it's a dumb idea, but it's the best I got right now. And if you don't do it with something, this place is going under. All the livelihoods are stake here. So go out, get out of here, and catch us a thief. Please.
Having said his piece, Fred leaves you for his office. His phone's disappearance left unnoticed. I thought the mimic you was Jesse's. I think. Hunkered down behind the counter, you take a moment to reflect. Your plan went off without a hitch. Until it didn't. The boss doesn't suspect you. At least, not yet. And if a real detective from the ACPD is coming, oh fuck, suddenly my voice is going. No doubt they'll find out you're a thief. Maybe doing all these feminine voices and like doing this insane rasp, or whatever the fuck I'm doing for Grudge is taking its toll on me. This unless you have a convincing scapegoat. With evidence of a motive and the others on your side, you might be able to clock off at the end of the day without handcuffs. And until that happens, Fred's magic will keep you trapped here. So with that, your investigation begins, not to find who did it, but to find the perfect person to blame. Map. Alright. Skeleton. Grudge. Route unavailable in demo. How do you feel about the familiar? Okay, hang on. Okay, you got a couple options. Interrogate. When you approach Grudge, his eye sockets, once in focus and deep in thought, turn to you instead.
Well, it isn't Sedani. I know you'd seek me out first. I've been thinking what my boss said, trying to narrow down who the suspect could be. Not I have anything you can really use for an accusation or nothing, but you gotta start somewhere, right?
You're overstepping, Grudge. This is my investigation.
Right, sure, you're the barista and the detective, don't need to rub it in. Especially when I was only trying to help you out instead of just being quiet. And for all my big talk about being nemesis on account of the barista thing, I don't think anything on my application would qualify me for the detective part of the job. That bitch at the sign keeps looping back there. What, you mean you could be here? We're trying to get out here, you fucking daft bitch! Oh my god, that woman's driving. Fuck off out of here! Oh my lord! Do you believe it, Boston Sedani? Fuck! Anyways.
If you keep your expectations low, you'll never disappoint yourself. Sedani when he sees a woman, no. I thought everyone was faking it till they make it. If you keep your expectations low, you'll never disappoint yourself.
Hey, oh damn, why didn't anyone tell me that? I guess I got something to learn for you after all. I heard I got get a sneak at your resume for inspiration, but how do I even go about stealing it? Look, I've got personal experience with this kind of scenario. In the novel, I mean, my experience. Usually the detective's first instinct is something they should follow up on. Which is why I wish I had the first instinct to go off of, but my crime senses haven't exactly been tingling today. Let me just think, if there's something else that springs to mind.
Grudge's skull lapses into what you assume is a state of deep thought. He seems distracted. This is such a fucking Jackie-ass game, by the way. This is such a goddamn Jackie-ass game. With these characters and this fucking, like, setup, this is such a Jackie-ass game. I should fucking tell Jackie about this shit. Plant Fred's phone and Grudge. Watch Grudge for everyone, waiting to see some sign of recognition as you move closer. Fred's phone in palm. He doesn't move or react as you slip it into his back jeans pocket. That was surprisingly easy. I'm fresh out of inside this on this case for now, Sidani. Alright, time to hear the US and hit me with some questions, detective. How do you feel about the familiar? Grudge slowly grinds his jaws as if tasting a question. Folks call this place bare bones, but take it from me, no one this coffee's like the familiar. That's the most important part, every cup's brewed to perfection. Even what I had today was great, you knew higher, so good, now you're my greatest enemy because I'm targeted. Same thing at your job, been drinking this stuff for ages now, I could have proven I know how to replicate it, just let you in a long line of missed opportunities. You'll get another chance to prove yourself. Thanks a feeling to say, ain't it? My coffee was bitter enough already, but that's the taste of failure. I wouldn't say I taste the coffee, when I drink it, my chest starts to pound really hard. I breathe deeper, like I feel more, that makes sense? Only familiar makes it like that, yeah, as far as I know, and even your first cup had a pretty strong effect. No way, yeah, but I ain't complaining. Maybe Fred's enchanted it to be super addictive. I didn't make today's coffee, must be Sloane's magic touch. I bet he would do that, wouldn't he? Oh, I'm sure it's just me against those weird feelings, but he would. If I had guessed the recipe so magic, this power's been ripped off for me. One coffee at a time. With a few more cups, I'll be slinging lightning from my fingertips. No wonder Fred wants to back to it. Hell, I do too. Otherwise, the best coffee in the office might be not a distant memory. And I'll be left to decaffeinate at husk. I ought to say the last drops of magic while I can then. I'll have to deal without this place if it goes under. I don't threaten the tapestry of the case. The thief ain't just stealing coffee without magic to change makes it shine. How utterly nefarious. Looks like Grudge is the only customer affected by the coffee's magic. If you get some unique upside from it, you might be able to spin that into a motive. Evidence. With a shrug, Grudge stuffs his hands into his jacket pockets. If you got more questions, you know where to find me. Conversations. Sometimes characters will talk to each other while you investigate. You can listen to their conversations or wait for them to finish. Neither will cost you any time. Let's listen to Fred and Sloane. You notice Fred and Sloane talking and decide to listen in.
Sloane, please, I'm doing a sweep of my office. I don't have time for it.
You can look for your clues after we talk, Fred. Please, I can't just pretend everything's normal out there.
Maybe it's not normal right now. But after Sidani's done some more investigating.
That's what I'm talking about, investigating. You just decided that on your own, out of nowhere. I didn't even get a say. I thought you were just caught up in a moment back there, but you're serious. Been Sidani up to this on the first day. Maybe it would make more sense if it was me and them and the investigation team to share the workload.
Look, Sloane, I have to cover all my bases here. It's not personal.
I know, sorry, I was being a ball, wasn't I? Just ignore me.
Sloane, I didn't...
You know, I do have some inventory to do in the kitchen. I think keeping busy will do my head some good.
Put a little the rest in the plan. Start properly when this is all sorted, alright? I promise.
Of course we will. Why does Grudge like the coffee so much? Grudge acknowledges your approach by slicking up hands back through his hair. Let's get this mystery solved already! What kind of magic is in the familiar's coffee?
Ain't no wizard. I know it's potent. Makes coffee lace like a rainy evening on a smoky ball. I'm thumbing through the pages of a beaten up book. It's like... I know, it just hits different, alright. I knew how magic coffee worked. I told you before, sports just might know more about that. Like
Oh, they don't drink it. They got hot chocolate every time, just like I get my coffee. I want for breaking routine, not even when I order stuff as a sip of mine. You do me quite the duo, so you just copied their routine. I just might be organised, right? They're the inventor of a regular order. I just thought it'd be cool if, you know, I had something to match. And Jessica put a whole thesis on why I like what they do. Meanwhile, I'm here stumbling over my words. Should be this hard. Rod stares into his cup, searching for any answer that might have sunk to the bottom. Sorry, don't get the right words for this. I'll think on it some more. Question someone else. With a shrug, Grudge stuffs his hands into his jacket pockets. Alright. Let's talk to someone else now. Let's talk to, you, Alexandra. What were you doing when the lights went out? Ensconced in her corner and somehow fully focused on taking selfies. It breaks my heart, not so much. I'm terribly upset. It saddens me to say it. That's the detached. Let me save as well. Surely there must be an easier way to sound sincere yet appropriately distraught. So Daddy, finally it's time for nice questioning. Or maybe you're here for a social reprieve of some excellent company. You know, as a public figure, it's very important to me to set a good example to my followers. So you can count on my full cooperation today. Not that I have much to offer, I'm just the influencer stuck trying to make content under the world's worst escape room. And trying to make sure the internet doesn't frame me as a villain in the process. And nothing as few very carefully reports can't handle. It sounds like hard work to win over that many people. Well, yes, the internet as a whole is a lot of people, but a curated following, if you're careful enough, you can retain their adoration through any sort. It's a separation, I think. It's a screen between you. It makes it easier than winning over someone you see at 5. It was a bonus of image filters. Not so very true, Sadani. Are you being caught up in a crime might not look good on your digital footprint either. People can think what they want. I'm not bothered. I'm jealous. What you got apathy, yourselves, confidence. I think of being hyper-aware of other people's thoughts any day. Sorry, I feel like I got us off track from your investigation. You can ask me any question you like. What kind of magic is in the familiar's coffee? I'm probably the least magical person here. I know that's a bit rich coming from a siren, but oh well. You feel like Xander's eyes as they drift down to her tail. It's been years since I've been able to shapeshift. I'm ashamed too. Save her good legs. Not that I see any magic to tell that the familiar upon a spell on its coffee, even if the end result tastes perfectly average. No offense, of course. So we gotta ask Sloane, probably, about it. Or Fred. The string Fred would imprison us for something so ordinary, but maybe the mediocrity is the point. It's his mediocrity, after all. So why is Grudge such a fan of average coffee? That is a mystery, Sadani. I try not to question his rationale, but you're right that it's one of the most average things about him. If you ask me, that spells are not doing coffee any favors. Not that magical as I am. You still sought to ask me about it. Alexandra's will have great opinions, naturally, but for this, you might want someone involved in the making of the coffee instead of the rating of it. Thank you. Her phone is already unlocked in her palm. Ta-ta for now! Sloane. Sloane looks deep in thought as you approach, one hand patting Adam's head, the other wringing the edge of her apron. Oh, there you are, Sadani. I'm glad you're here. I imagine it's been easy doing all this detective stuff for Fred. On your first day, of all things. Don't hold it against him, of course. He means well, I think. Not that it stops this whole situation from being so horribly stressful and inconvenient. Of course, I respect his decision. I don't want you getting the wrong idea. You're right to be upset at Sloane. I won't lie. It's nice to hear someone else say it. Though, I know better than to linger on all those thoughts. More than the decision to have an investigation, I'm bothered by the fact that I'm not out there alongside you. You're my new hire. I just can't understand why he doesn't trust me after all these years of working together. Instead, I'm just the one you'd least expect. How am I meant to interpret that? Can't say. I've never had someone stressed to lose. Hey, you've got my trust, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't have hired you. I feel so bad for Sloan. Poor Sloan. I love her design, by the way. This is such a good-ass character design, man. Sorry, I'm just a little on edge. Every character design in this game fucking bangs. Me and Finn had a chat, and sorry, this isn't professional at all. Ignore that. It feels like it's getting hard to trust what people say. I don't really suspect anyone here, not enough to accuse them of being a criminal. But it's inevitable. In this environment, there'll eventually be some finger-pointing. Just hope no one gets hurt in the process. Sloan shakes her head, whatever worries she had falling away in place with a weak smile. Why don't you hit me with some more questions, Donnie? What kind of magic is in the familiar's coffee? The difficult to work with sort, sorry to say. That recipe fills our coffee with excess mana and an acrid aftertaste in exchange for, nothing, as far as I can tell. It's an interesting challenge almost, figuring out which ingredients will complement that bitterness. But it does leave plain coffee a wee bit lacking. The only person who ever seemed to like it is, Black, is, George. He's told it every time and always said nice things, and there's always that 1 in a million, I suppose. Sounds like a lot of mana for one person. So it is, and as far as I know, Grudge is no wizard. Raw magic power would be tricky for anyone to wield, let alone him. Sloan pauses, her brow sprouting wrinkles of concern. You know, Grudge really does like that coffee more than he ought to. To be quite honest, it's probably the mana he needs more than the caffeine. And given his magical circumstances, that mana must be fueling the spell that keeps him animated. That's a wee bit concerning. Might mean he's not getting enough elsewhere. Then he needs a wizard, not a chef. You're right, there's only so much I can do behind the counter. Hope it's helping, emotionally, if not magically. All this necromancy stuff is beyond me. I've got no clue how Grudge was even brought back to life, and no business speculating about something so sensitive. Sorry, you asked about coffee and I started rambling, didn't I? Well, there's your answer. It's got whatever magic Grudge wants the most, and needs to take a black. Even if it's not my finest work, I'm glad it's his favourite. Well, this coffee gives Grudge magic power, but what if he stole the recipe for even more? Could work, but you need more detail on how exactly he came from the dead to begin with. Oh, look at that. As you jot down some more notes, Sloan fidgets for a few more words to comfortably escape her. Oh, her animation of rocking back and forth so stiff and surprised. Yeah, it's so good, right? Like the... Hang on, where is it? That. Like, it's a little stiff, but in a way I like. I like it for her character, honestly. Is that some notes? Yeah. Now we're on the subject, I do have a couple more concerns about Grudge and the coffee. It could be relevant to what's Fred's asked you to do. That's fine, Sloan. I've got my questions. Go on. Sloan bristles with obvious discomfort. Don't you think continuing to serve him when we don't know what our coffee's really doing could be, I don't know, dangerous? Look at Jostle the statue. She rocks. She rocks! She's rocks! She rocks! Yeah. You're right. You're actually right. Could be, I don't know, dangerous, if not irresponsible at the very least. More than being liable for what happens to him, just worried. Grudge is a vulnerable person, and we shouldn't be out taking his safety for granted. Just because Grudgy seems happy and okay with whatever his situation is, doesn't mean there isn't more I can do. There's always something. You're not the only one looking out for him. He isn't all alone now, is he? There's Jassy, Alexandra, Fred, well, in his own way, and now you too. I don't know if that's enough, but it's a start. He isn't alone. I can't be the only one who's worried about him. I just hope Grudge can get the help he needs and that we can be a part of it. Not sure how we'll find that out, but we can keep trying, can't we? Alright, we're probably pretty close to Sloan now, aren't we? Yeah, look at that. Sloan seems more at ease when you're around. Coffee gives it a kick. I think we go to Fred. Sloan stands up a little straighter. Don't worry, we'll get through this together. Actually, maybe just him. Alright. How did you come back to life?
Sorry, the skeleton, my dog is secret. It wasn't always a skeleton, or even it wasn't always just a skeleton. It was a shocking revelation, but without question. Anyway, assuming the other subject doesn't trouble me, or simply don't care that it does. Sorry, that's the point where it ain't something I think about much. My first real memory started after the old reanimation thing anyway, when I met Alex. She was the first person to really talk to me after I got brought back. She helped me a lot.
Why was she so kind to you? Oh, Oh, but that gets the suspicion off of me.
I know, mate, no, it doesn't do nothing to deserve it. It's grateful that I've been so lucky. To still be so lucky. Yeah, I was trying not to dwell on how it all started. Hard enough moving forward already while spending time with that memory. It's just sad. And there's been nothing else to help me recounting the finer details of my tragic skeleton backstory. Except, sir, I barely remember anything about how it came to be. And the little scraps I do. It's funny. Most people don't ever ask. You know, I know it's the first thing they don't think when they see me. It's a skeleton. And I'm wondering, how'd he die? I've got covered my bare bones. Might save me glances of morbid speculation from folks wearing the same things I am. Well, look at my reflection and see a skull staring back. Just my face, you know. It's always been me. All I used to say, it didn't come back from nothing. I remember bits of the process, but I think about the person I used to be. It ain't easy being like that.
He's gone, but you're still here. I must be a part of you somehow. He's gone, but you're still here.
Yeah. I hear things I thank him for, but the rest came from the friends I was lucky enough to meet. From myself. I just can't help but feel a bit suspended, you know, about this person who you're never going to meet because died and he left this whole mess you got to clean up alone.
Interesting.
You really don't know how to grudge Uncle's cheat to death? If so determined to antagonize me, I'm fine.
Red's out a jagged sigh, all the breath emptying out of him.
Don't know how that fellow wound up dead to begin with, or how it must have woke me up after that, but all I got is flickers of memory, and image here, a phrase there. I remember what they called it, though, restoration. Like I was in an antique chair they were doing up. I remember what they were told me in the hospital bed. I was incomplete, though they just met my body, but my memories only to realize that the spell they meant keeping me alive. Then finished restoration. It got much easier after that, having to build a life from scratch, you know, in front of the guy I was before, no friends that came looking, and didn't know what I've done without access. That word, incomplete, keeps coming back to me, rings like a bell, tolls in the hour. I have to try my damnedest to keep it quiet. Friends help, books, coffee too.
Red stopped, suddenly twisting the Caesar's cup.
Maybe this stuff's been doing more for me than I thought. Ultimate's got to go somewhere. Why not the spell keeping me upright? No wonder I couldn't tell you why it sells so good. Now what meant the spells to be live. Maybe I ought to get a bigger dose one of these days. Hopefully it'd make me feel a little less empty. Wouldn't that be something?
Among all those difficult feelings was a motive. Grudge, using the familiar's recipe to complete his reanimation. Be whole again. In the silence, Grudge stares at you, sockets hollow. When you go on, you got everything you wanted. If you have more, I'd like to hear it.
It explains a needless epilogue, a shot and twist in the last person that overshadows the rest of the piece.
Real story went to the grave, along with whoever I used to be.
It's like a relative you only hear from when when they leave your inheritance. Instead of all it mentions, it got his bones, his voice, and an endless series of unanswerable questions. Desperation drove him to sign him up for necromantic experiments, and if he knew it was going to turn into this, it's nobody. It's
sounds like you need some coffee to stabilize you. You have one on the house.
Thanks, could really go for one right now. Could need to clear my head after all this.
got my know where my aunt would be. I hope that's true for all of us. Sometimes I think if I can be happy after all that, even just in bits and pieces, anyone can. Enough said, there's no use dwelling. I've been dwelling plenty. You should be dwelling at the crime scene. Away being somebody's afterlife. You can't be feeling sorry for yourself to get raised from the dead, even if you don't ask for it. Got a second chance? Better make it count. Next time, if I started this investigation, I was worried I'd be a little lonely. But we're all sitting so far apart and all. I've been so busy talking to you, I've not had a chance to get so stuck too far in my own head. Francis' skull turns, glancing at his aforementioned fellow customers, then his jaw twists into an excited grin. Actually, looks like Jesse and Alex are having a chat too. Why don't we join in? Before you have a chance to respond, he's halfway across the cafe floor. Finally, Alexandra and Jesse gather by the front door. I don't think I'm doing something stupid. Quite the opposite. I'm gonna break the barrier, keep us trapped in here. Hell yeah! Put that vampire magic to good use, Jess. Bust us out. Would you two stop saying such incriminating phrases, please? Alright, less talking, more casting. As soon as Jesse calls their magic forth, the air pressure fluctuates in an awkward rhythm. The lights flicker overhead. Oh no. Heavy footsteps quickly puncture the bubble you formed as Sloane rushes in from the kitchen. Magic, true! What's happening out here? Is everyone alright? Jesse, what are you doing? Before they can formulate a reply, a streak of black fur races past you. Your boss leaps onto the table, claws out, and a startle on his maw. Somebody explain what the hell is happening! Right now! Alfred, how many times do you have to explain this? I'm breaking the barrier enchantment and leaving this cafe. Jesse, I understand you're feeling a little stressed right now, but that sounds dangerous. Let's just talk this out, please. Back it out there, I emit spell. Casting on premises is a bannable offense. Keeping your customers trapped inside your cafe isn't a legal offense? How is it Dave in the back there? Then I'll see you in court. After a counterspell, your petulant attempt to damage my property. Your boss starts casting a spell in retaliation, his anger quickly lost of pure focus. The room, caught between two casters, pulses between an airy red and a yellow glow. Don't listen to him, Jess! Destroy those wards! Jesse! Jesse! I just wanted to be known that I do not endorse the actions of my fellow customers in the slightest. I really think if you just calm down and talk, Dave? At the front door, Dave peers sightlessly in the cafe, his face pressed against the glass. Hey guys, Dave here. What's going on? What's going on in there? Sorry to see you all this. What the fuck? I lost Brooklyn. I lost my Brooklyn accent for a second there. Hey guys, Dave here. What's going on in there? There. Holy fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, Dave here. What's going on in there? What the fuck? Hey, Vsauce, David. It's hard to see we're all glowing. There we go. Okay, no need to worry. Dave is here. Think of all my scarlet, I can see the spell core. No, you don't. Fred's eyes pinch in concentration as he throws us all into combating Jesse's spell. Dave, you need to get away from that door. What? I can't hear you guys over this woman's sound. And everything goes silent. Like a taut string severed, the barrier meets its untimely demise, unleashing the last of its magic through every soul in the room. Oh, look at that. Well, shit. I actually did it. Slowly and all at once, the white face from your vision and the aftermath of the magical onslaught comes into view. Everyone seems to stand deathly still, caught between awe and shock at the empty hum that resonates through the air. Everyone, that is, except Jesse. I did it! I did it! I did it! Through their breath is short and their movements lethargic, Jesse's eyes are bright and hopeful. They stumble back to their table, reaching for their bag. You really did it, Jess. You really are so. Unbelievable. This is... It's how much we count a spell, Fred. That's it. You're gonna blow on the band boy, Mrs. Mix Hendrix. And your skeleton friend too. Fred, calm down, please. You would come play campaign in this world to be, but maybe this is just box standard urban fantasy, but they're having fun with it though. A familiar long absent jingle rings throughout the room. Instead of a new customer entering your ranks. Hey, it's me from Brooklyn. Dave steps tentatively into the cafe, his precious box propped outside as he opens the door. Yeah, well, how about that? Looks like I'm finally making my delivery. A shiver passes through you, skittering up your arms and landing uncomfortably on the tip of your tongue. Another surge of magic, rushing back to the barrier where it had just been excised from. It looks like he belongs in an edutainment game. The door starts to swing shut behind Dave. No! Jesse lunges across the cafe, their bags thrown hastily over their shoulder and desperation in their eyes. Their fingers reach out and graze the handle of the door as it finally closes, and the magic barrier they worked so hard to dispel slams stubbornly back into place. Sorry, sorry, should I held that for you? Let me just, Dave tugs on the door. Does not open. Well, that's weird, it's not opening. I probably shouldn't have put my package down outside. Wait, you're not telling me you're trapped inside again? What was that about my counterspell, dipshit? Alright, you're getting it, Mr. Bittens. Hey, don't call me that! That's a slur! Oh, it is? Oh, I'm right, sorry, mate. I didn't know about that. It's my bad. I'm still here in my meeting, I can't. Why don't we have a calm discussion about what just happened? We'll start with Jesse. Please talk us through why you did what you did, would you? I need to leave. I have to get to my meeting with the board. Do you understand how many months in advance I had to book this in? Meeting. I mean, you have to get to a covered location to hand off my recipe. Grudge tying Fred by his tail to one of the hanging lamps. Oh, I mentioned it earlier, didn't I, Sloan? You remember, right? I feel like I've been honest about my situation from the start. Fred, I do remember them mentioning it this morning. Not that it justifies dangerous spellcraft. Don't even if they didn't have a meeting. No one actually wants to be stuck in here. Why is that the crime that I want to leave? I would if I could. That doesn't mean making a spectacle is the right way to go about any of this. Well, sit down anyway you make of the situation. Save. Regardless of guilt, what Jesse did what could have been dangerous. I want to get out of here too if I had the choice. Suspicious. And wife would say, listen to what I told them that earlier, no. Escaping the scene of the crime is textbook criminal. If anything, it's too predictable. How are we looking at everyone, actually? She always smiles when you approach with barely a hint of a sneer. Red suspects you make a better nemesis than rival. A lot of people suspicious of Grudge. Professional courtesy. Look, regardless of how y'all feel about the context, you can't deny this is a strike against the young Hendrick's heir. I told you already, I'm the youngest of 5 siblings! Despite their differing opinions, you see the weight of uncertainty settle on everyone else in the cafe. Alright, while we're here, does anyone have anything suspicious they'd like to bring up? Fred's gaze makes its way around each individual in the room, but no one steps forward. Great! Good to know we're all making an effort to clear up this mystery. Well, Sidani, do you have anything to add? Anyone here you think is our prime suspect? I have a feeling about Grudge. Well, don't we all? Just what a nemesis would say. Enough of this whole back and forth. I know what I think, and I know we'll have our criminal caught for the damn cops sent there to see. You won't escape. Sharp and comfortable silence that lingers in the aftermath of Fred's declaration is cut through by wailing tones of a ringing phone. Your boss's ears perk up. Wait a minute. Is that my phone? I haven't been able to find the damn thing all day. Where is it? Let me just stretch real quick. An odd mixture of exhilaration and fear starts to pull in your stomach. Finally, a ploy is starting to go exactly as you planned. Hopefully, it can end that way too. Wait a minute, it's coming from... Grudge awkwardly starts to pat himself down before realizing it's in his back pocket. When he holds a familiar old phone, his eye sockets show only surprise. What the hell? What was your phone in my back pocket?
We'll deal with that later. Answer the call before he hangs up on me.
Familiar, unsettling voice comes from the phone as Fred answers the call. Just another thing to set you on edge. You know, I was surprised you've been so quiet all day. Just for a moment, I didn't think you'd pick up.
Trust me, it wasn't by choice. But now that I have you, what's the state of the investigation? When are you gonna get here?
What the silence in your end? We figured it was in very urgent matter and dropped it on the priority list. Got a unicorn incident on the motorway to deal with first.
A unicorn? You can't just...
Anyway, gotta go. Jeff brought it down. It's for lunch. The call comes to an abrupt and unsatisfying end. Fred's expression is drawn, his posture tense.
Alright, that's enough spectacle for the morning. Everyone scatter.
Fred, should we talk more about what just happened?
Talk! Not enough time to hear my weak arguments. I want evidence, and Tadani will deliver if they want to keep their job, that is.
Sloan opens her mouth as if ready to make one last argument, but the words fade along with any lingering determination. Looking out at the costume, we see that sentiment echoed. A resignation etched into the lines of their face. They know they're stuck here, and they know there is only one way out. You've resigned yourself too. After all, there's nothing you can do, but being powerless is a familiar feeling.
What else still doing here, scared?
As everyone despondent flowed back to their perch of choice, you see Grudge throw a torn glance in your direction. Being a prime suspect? Well, I guess I'd make a good airing. Make your way back to your small reprieve in this chaotic store. Your bag sits there, all the evidence they need to put you away inside. You need someone else to blame. Interesting. This is really interesting. This implies that this is a route. I will be free. Didn't work this hard to go through this much just to fail now. No matter what happens, you will find your scapegoat and reach for what you want, what you need. No matter, your scapegoats are scattered again. A thick cord of tension tying them all together. If you pull on that strand, it might all start to come apart. Just like you planned, just like you wanted, right? End of demo! Hey, thank you for displaying this demo of Spill the Beans. If you enjoyed this game, please make sure to wishlist it on Steam and follow our Kickstarter campaign. I wishlisted it already, right? I did not actually. I'm wishlisting this right the fuck now. Hey, this game fucking rocks. Wishlist this shit. Throw some money at the Kickstarter if you can, and if you if you want to. This shit rocked. This was fucking incredible. Banger game. Truly great. Let's see. Do I have anyone to raid into? Yeah, probably also gonna throw the Kickstarter link in the YouTube upload. I think I mentioned that before. But yeah, this shit rocks. I'm so fucking like excited for this to come out, and I hope the Kickstarter makes its goal. I genuinely do. I wish I could donate, but I don't have a credit card, so I can't. Oh well. Okay, here someone's playing some Wild Frost. Let's read out into eHope JVT. Is that spelled right? No, it is not. There's an underscore there. There we go. Alright, get in there, gang. Hope to see you again next time, tomorrow. About an hour earlier than it is now, so like 23 hours from now, we got more Spectropes for you. That's right, Spectropes Wednesday. Real. Alright, get in there. Have a good one, gang. Catch you later.